headaches or felt any discomfort while using your phone late at night or in the dark, there's a thing called PWM dimming. Think of it as this flickering effect that you sometimes see. That flickering effect can put a lot of strain on our eyes. Imagine the last time that you're at the disco and you have bright lights and lasers that turn on and off rapidly. It can be rather painful and unbearable, right? And for some people with epilepsy, simply watching a show or movie with flickering lights can induce an episode. Now, all this happens at a rate that is beyond the perception of the human eye. Below 400 hertz can cause issues, but this can go all the way up to 2500 hertz. And that is what Honor is trying to address with their newest product, the Honor 90. This phone has a screen that's TÜV certified with a PWM dimming rate of 3840. Now that is way above the 3000 hertz limitation that, according to our research, would be a safe rate to eliminate eye strain or fatigue. Now this phone also happens to have really good cameras. It has a 200 megapixel main sensor, takes absolutely stunning photos. We're gonna show some samples. It also has a 12 megapixel ultra-wide sensor that doubles as a macro camera. This simply means that you can actually take better looking macro photos. We're so used to seeing phones that have 2 megapixel macro sensors, and usually the results aren't that good. And you can see our samples so you can judge for yourself. But for once, I'm actually excited to have a decent and very usable macro camera. Now on the front, this phone has a 50 megapixel selfie camera. Great for photos and videos, and for content creators out there, you always want to have the best camera possible available to you at all times. The only thing that's keeping this from becoming a great camera phone is the lack of optical image stabilization, but check out our samples and see for yourself.
Jaran! Lucky. Make that change. Relax. Woo! Okay. So let's make plancha.
Now the Honor 90 runs on the Snapdragon 7 Gen 1 chipset. It has 12 gigs of RAM and 512 gigs of storage, which kind of makes it an upper mid-range phone. But it's worth noting that Snapdragon 7 Gen 1 uses the 4nm manufacturing process, which means it's very battery efficient. The thing is, this phone already has a 5000 milliamp hour battery, charges at 66 watts, and based on our benchmarks, we were able to get around 10 to 11.5 hours of on-screen time. We're not exactly sure how the high PWM dimming rate affects battery life, but these are impressive results nonetheless. What's important is that we're now talking about stuff like PWM dimming rate and how it affects our eyes and our health. And in our tests, we're actually able to observe the differences in the PWM dimming rate among different devices, and we're going to show you that. And it's very, very dramatic. Like, you can really see the difference that having a higher PWM dimming rate does when it's captured on the camera. So the only question here is, how important is eye comfort to the average consumer? Now that PWM dimming is in the conversation, is this a factor that you're gonna start looking at when you consider your next phone? Honor 90 launches on August 16. Prices will be announced in the live stream, but until then, if you have any questions about this phone or about PWM dimming, feel free to drop them in the comments. We'll see you there. Till then, it's been a blast. See you in the next one. Paalam.